All right, guys. We're into a big best of 3 semi-final. Dark in the bottom left side of the map and BYUN in the top right. And what is BYUN going to use to counter the obvious build? Dark, every game he plays this map, Dynasty, he goes for the gold on the outside. So I think all eyes are peeled right now to find out what BYUN's answer to that is. He's going to start with just a Reaper for now and his own gold base. The problem is, this gold base will be under siege from roaches by 4.5 minutes because Dark does not take gas at home. He'll take the gas over here, start mining it. He'll build a roach warren behind his main, probably about 2.5 minutes or so maybe 45 seconds from now. And he will send roaches across and deny your gold. So, okay, BYUN's answer to this is to go 2-1-1. Now, the problem with this is I don't think he'll have enough Marines up to defend this mineral line. I don't think. Maybe he will. Especially maybe if he builds a bunker, but even then it can get bile harassed. I guess his idea is that he's going to be able to hit with 2 medevacs and stim and do even more counter damage, but I think that's maybe a little bit wishful thinking. I like the pulling back the drones and putting them on gas as they take damage. Dark is like, well, I've got to transfer workers to gas at some point. I might as well pull back the weak workers away from the Reaper and put them on the gas at the same time. I love how optimized this build is. There we go. There's that roach horn. Actually, it went down right on 2 minutes. 2 minutes 10. That's a very fast roach horn. Reaper rotates. I love this Reaper rotate. Doesn't quite get the red hit point drone. Gets a few hits, but not too much. Now, factory, as well as second gas comes down. You want to go stim, then starport, then reactor with this build, and you really want to make sure you're not missing too much marine production. She was skipping a little bit of just there. Marines came down and did push back the Overlord, but the Overlord was already safe on the pillar. Now, already at this point, you might think, well, similar workers, it's not that good, but remember, this one gas is giving just as much mining as both of the gases of BYUN. Not only that, but he's got those gold minerals, so he's also got a mineral boost whenever there's no mule dropped. You'll see whenever there's a mule dropped that BYUN gets more income. You can see he's got 2 mules right now actually going. But yeah, it's whenever those mules aren't there, Zerg will have an income advantage. Roaches coming across the map, they've already been spotted. Bunker going up on the high ground, far back from the ramp so it can't get biled from the low ground. He says, you have to come up my ramp if you want to deal with this bunker. But remember what I said, there's going to be roaches and ravages denying your own gold. And Dark can take a third base behind this. Now, Dark is on 23 drones. He appears to be all in. He's going question mark, because he sees no wall off. He's like, what is this? He's like, BYUN, are you drunk, bro? You're not walling off against a Zerg player? But BYUN's like, dude, I don't want to give free kills. I'm happy to just chill, man. He's pulling the workers off the gold. They also double up as SCV repair guys on the bunker. And it is an all-in. Dark is just going to try and kill him. Honestly, I think it's probably going to work as long as he hits sometime in the next 20 seconds. Because Stim finishes 30 seconds from now. So I think he's got it hit by 440. And I think he will. Link speed. Oh, link speed's 20 seconds away. Stim's going to be in time. Is it enough, though, guys? Does Stim really hold on against this? He sees a ton of ravages. You know at this point it's a massive commitment. BYUN needs to pull all the boys. He needs to pull like that whole main mineral line. Hopefully he has them control grouped already so we can do this quickly. This is going to be a crazy flood of lings, roaches, and ravages. He's going to continue biling the bunker for now, just trying to force repair money to be wasted. 1 medevacs out, a tank is building. Can BYUN hold on? Dark has made this build look so good in the past. Even when he transitions off of it and just does a light roach pressure, this is going to be crazy. Okay, Ravager's poking around. Command Center does take damage. Medevac moving south. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Ravagers coming forward. It's enough to one-shot a bunker. He doesn't manage to one-shot it, though. The SCVs are going to repair. Oh, no! Dark bungles the first bile set. The second set, not going to be able to take it down. Oh, you got to land all those biles at the same time. And he didn't even land them all. He only landed 6 biles, not 7. Did not have enough to finish it off, and the repair on the bunker is good. BYUN with an epic hold there. That puts him miles ahead. That being said, he can't use his expansion yet because the Ravagers are still going to be there. Dark will just take a third and drone up. Dark's a savage. He might be able to turn this into a game. Like this, any other Zerg, I'd say they're completely dead right now. Like your third base has just started, your income sucks, but Dark's Dark, so a lot of Zergs grow up playing Dark Goose. It's a game. It's a game where you win with sneaky BS when no one else would. Here we go, guys. Ravages and Lings trying to come up on top of it right now. Oh, he goes for the Biles. Defensive Biles trying to keep these Marines from chasing him. He doesn't have enough to hold back the Marines. He can focus fire. Oh, the Marines, though. Marines are so happy to trade for Ravagers. Remember, every Ravager costs as much as a Mutalisk. Sometimes people forget that. 100, 100. I know I say it a lot, but I really feel like when I first had that realized, because I kind of just had fallen into the thought of thinking that's an early game unit. You know, it's worth a bit, maybe as much as a Hydra or whatever, which is a pretty valuable unit. And then it dawned on me that it is actually 100 minerals, 100 gas, and I was like, oh gosh. If I lose 4, 5, 6 mutas like that, I am like, oh no, this is a disaster, mate. Now he's going to be building more roaches. He's got an Evo going Carapace, second Evo's on the way. But Dark is having to build roaches off just 38 drones. So losing those Ravagers and Lings, losing his map presence is a disaster. When this guy runs in, he's going to die. So watch Dark go for the Bile and then lose the Ravager. Like, he's actually in tank range right now. BYUN just doesn't have vision. And here we go. You see he's going to die now. Oh no, he can actually do it from out of range as long as he casts it just there. Smart move. Smart move for Dark, staying out of vision. Yeah, Dark's taking 4 bases, but he can't afford to drone those bases because he knows that there's Stim Marines and Medivacs on the map. BYUN's got a 3rd base coming up now. BYUN with a honestly nail-biting hold. I really do feel like the way he defended and the way he's played this opening is not good. Can you guys imagine, what if Dark just committed to like 3 or 4 roaches and no Ling speed and just was droning and taking a 3rd behind it? I kind of feel like BYUN ends up in a similar position in terms of what he's committed to. His natural has mining denied. He's afraid. Maybe he can like sniff out that it's a low commitment and push out and just bully him away. But even then, I feel like you're losing mining time on your gold while Dark gets to a good position. I could be totally wrong on this. Maybe there is enough fluidity, but I just feel like your stim's a bit too late to really compete. And that attack, you know, it's hard to figure out. I guess it worked out so well because he knows that Dark likes to overcommit to things. Like, Dark likes to just go hard. So he kind of guessed that that's what Dark was going to do. Now, Marines on the south. 1 Marine goes down. Good pick off for Dark. Dark's up to 52 workers. He's doing a decent job of defending. 4th command center's up really early. BYUN needs to remember his armory, though. I mean, I love a fast 4th command center because, you know, these gold minerals, these ones in the main are running out. But forgetting the armory is massive. It's a really big mistake. Ooh, he avoids the Spore Crawler. That's a nice move. Denying the purple gas is always good. I mean, he stims his units, but that's worth it for a drone kill. He'll heal up. 1 Marine goes down up here, and Dark. Remember that Dark's anti-air consists of 4 queens right now, whose main job is injecting. So Dark's living that startup life, guys, where it's like, hey, what's your job role? Oh, I'm an injector. Cool, so what'd you do at work today? Oh, I had to literally do stock take. I had to run the front desk, answer the phones, and also do the accounting. And you're like, okay. So, oh, right, you do everything because you guys don't have enough employees. Speaking of not having enough things sorted out, BYUN forgetting that armory till now. That's so huge, guys. 2-2 is going to finish for Dark. If Dark gets back in this game, I think a big reason is BYUN's going to be stuck on 1-1 against 2-2, and that's massive. You've gone for a fast 4th command center. You're playing a long-term game plan. BYUN's letting Dark back into this game, potentially. It's still bad supply-wise. Remember, this is Roach Ravager supply. Being this close in supply is bad, but, like, Dark's surviving, taking minimal damage to the harassment. His 4th base is up on the gases, so he's on 7 gas. Like, he doesn't have a Hydra Den or an Infestation Pit. He's just started the Infestation Pit now, so his transition's slow, but yeah, BYUN's way behind on 2-2 now. 3 more barracks and a factory as well. I don't know how Dark salvages these games after such bad starts. I mean, look at the units lost tab. The man didn't drone for minutes on end so he could build 9 Ravagers and 57 Zerglings. 6 minutes later in the game, he's like, I'm up 40 supply. Lol, 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 lol. My name's Dark. I don't care about the rules. What a legend. What an absolute legend. +2 Carapace is about to kick in, guys. Marines aren't going to be too effective after that. No Spore Crawler on this side still. Dark is still on 4 queens and nothing else that shoots up. He could just fall apart suddenly, right? Like, the drops could absolutely just find crazy value and he could fall apart. Biles! Oh my gosh, BYUN losing multiple Marines and a Medivac. Fight in the front starting as well. Marines rallying in. Uh-oh. Guys, is this main stage BYUN? He picks up his Marines in front of the Roach's vision and flies to the north of the map. Oh, he's going to try and just overwhelm, stim in and kill a base while turtling at home. He's building a 5th command center, vehicle weapons, and Ghost Academy. Spire, Baneling Nest, and Hive are on the way. Yeah, if you can go Corruptor Baneling now is actually the play for Dark. You can go into Corruptorling Bane. That's his best transition from here. You could absolutely do well with that, but Dark's economy is not really going to support it very well. He never got any Infestors. You know what? He shuts that down. Remember, +1 attack against +2 Carapace. Roaches and Ravagers marauding down the south side of the map. I wouldn't call this as Dark winning, guys. Remember, BYUN has a very good win rate versus Dark. And when I say very good, I mean they're 50-50. BYUN is one of these players who, against most Korean players that aren't Maru, he has a 50-50 win percentage over hundreds of series. He has the same with Solar, same with Dark. I think there's one other really top tier player where BYUN is just always... It's like, these guys have played 432 competitive maps versus each other. It is 49.7% for one player and 50.3% for the other. Ooh, kind of ambitious pressure there. Does get a medevac, almost gets a second one. The drop on the other side. BYUN, got to be careful not to get hit by those biles. He's doing a decent job of avoiding it, but he did overcommit on this side into the Roach Ravager. Dark is going Infestor Broodlord. Wow, he knows there's a lot of tanks out, and he's going to go, yeah, there's 13 tanks with 2 more building. BYUN is known when he goes late game for overcommitting to siege tanks. Scan comes down, does not see the Greatest Spire. That's really important. Where is the Greatest Spire, guys? Am I blind? Oh, yeah, he hit it. He actually hit it in a really weird position that BYUN's unlikely to see. So even if BYUN scans the main, he might not see that. Adrenal Glands, +1 melee about to finish, +3 Carapace is on the way, +3 weapons only now starting for BYUN. BYUN's going to try and push here, but with, you know, look at that. Just biles a tank, pulls back, only loses a few Zerglings. Now, I feel like Dark should have expanded to the top. It's much easier to defend than this bottom base, and the gold base is not worth anything anymore. So he took a very unnecessarily risky base in this direction, but he's got 2 Vipers, 5 Infestors, and the Greatest Spire is almost ready. Unfortunately, he hasn't found the room to go Corruptors just yet. He's got to watch out for those EMPs. Oh, the Infestors are in the open. He throws a Fungal, but it doesn't really achieve anything. Oh, and he gets himself a Ghost, but that's rough. Marines up here, denying worker mining. Dark finally cleans it up. Big Ling counterattack. Tanks in the open. The Lings are going to do well here, man. And he splits the Lings onto those units. Ravager's still defending at the front. Dark does not have a lot of Infestor energy left, but does he need it? He's going to distract BYUN here. If Dark can go Corruptors now, he'll be good. Greatest Spire gets spotted. BYUN knows about the Greatest Spire. He knows he cannot fall back. He needs to do more damage unless he starts Thor production. He's starting Vikings. He doesn't have the ability to start Thors just yet. He doesn't really have much production. He's only got 2 factories. I think they both have tech labs. We'll see how it goes. Ghost Snipe gets interrupted. Ling Ravager jumping on top. He realizes that these tanks are now relatively unsupported. He could have tried to jump on that. Still building only Lings, though. I think this is a mistake for Dark. He needs to get those Corruptors out. He's got the money. He's got to go for it sooner rather than later. Nice Fungal. He catches the tanks trying to retreat, leaving them out in the open. BYUN needs to just pick up and get out, man. You've got medevacs. Get out of there. But I guess he's a little worried about parasitic bombs on those medevacs. There we go. Medevacs taking some big damage. Biles not able to land. Dark getting an amazing fight. He's down only 2,500 resources in the units lost. Problem for Dark? BYUN has a 5th base about to land. But Dark has a 12 worker advantage. And if Dark can take this top base and spread creep in the north, it's going to be way better. This base down here was a drunk man's base. I don't know why he was... I guess because the drops were active up here and keeping him busy, he figured I'll take it. But remember, this area is worthless. You've exhausted the minerals and gas on this base very early. So it's better to just focus on taking these top 2 bases rather than the one in the bottom. But he's going to retake the base in the bottom anyway. And there is something to be said for expanding down both sides of the map. But with no hatchery up top, I have to be critical of this as a strategic choice. Zerglings coming in on the bottom side. +3 Carapace is kicked in, +2 melees on the way as well as +3 range. Burrows coming. 10 more drones. He's got 4 Corruptors. But he's still not making Broodlords. I think maybe because it was scouted, he's decided, you know what, let's just play other units. And I wouldn't mind, like, Lingbane Ultra Corruptor, actually, especially with Infestor and Viper in there. Something I've actually been doing a little more often in games where it's kind of a bit of a weird game, it drags on a little, and I kind of realize, like, look, I don't have a big knockout punch. Going for both Infestors and Vipers, in a very fast-paced game, I think it's hard to get value, but when the game slows down a little bit, there's a little bit more time to set up engagements like this one. I do think getting the double Spellcaster combo can just give you amazing value. He's going to build another Spire as well to get the double ups. He does start the top hatchery, which is good. Double Thor and +2 vehicle weapons for BYUN. Now, BYUN doesn't have vehicle plating, though. So his Thors actually will die very quickly to Zerglings and Broodlings. These sorts of things will kill them very fast. They have a base... Actually, do Thors not... They've got 1 base armor. They used to have 2. There was a patch that gave them 2 base armor. They became cracked for a while, and then they put it back to 1, right? Check. I think some of them have popped out now. Oh, actually, you can't see their stats on this overlay, can you? Forgot. I'm using the noob overlay. Someone in Twitch chat will confirm for me. Jamie, look that one up. This is too many Ravages. 12 Ravages is kind of wasting supply right now. Hard to find value from that. And big turret tank rings everywhere. I mean, I guess you can just buy all turrets for free, which is good. Pavjindus, yeah, if we could just please not put so many messages in one after the other. Try to combine them just a little bit more, please, in the chat. That's all good. Don't need to make fun of him, though. Oh, command center. Extra barracks coming in as well. That queen unable to get a snipe off. The queen keeps throwing needles into his eye. Blue flames coming in. So we're going up to, is it 5 factories? 5 factories, guys. 5 factories is really nice. He's going to be able to get lots of Hellbats, Thors. He's going to go Fusion Core for the libs. And we're really going to get to see a late game duel. Dark is known for out-positioning his opponent and ripping them apart in late game. He's also known for grabbing his army and walking it into a meat grinder in the late game. More often the former rather than the latter. And BYUN, I'd say BYUN's most famous in late game for playing surprisingly good over the last few years. Until the moment where if his opponent's patient enough, and if Dark swaps into patient Dark mode, which I think he's doing, BYUN's known for kind of walking his army on creep and getting it just destroyed by Fungal Broodlord. Ooh, good surround here for Dark, getting some really nice value, dude. Biles aren't really landing on anything. The pickups were good, but breaking that position's worth something. Counterattack in the south will deny this hatchery, though, so BYUN loses a few units but gets a base kill. He might be okay with this trade. He just needs to not get caught down here. Because that army could jump on him. Yeah, he sees the Ravages coming. He's like, okay, get out, get out, get out. Fall back. Denying this is really important because these middle bases, whoever mines these out is going to get a big advantage. Dark never mines out forward bases in StarCraft. He's never added that to his repertoire, even though Cyril's shown it is the best way to beat people in late game. Rain has started doing it a lot. Dark basically just does not care. He never wants to do it. But if he took this hatchery and started mining this would put a lot of passive pressure on BYUN. Yeah, he's got my stream open. I knew he had my stream open today while he's playing. We get to cast these with no delay, by the way, guys, which is a lot of fun. Vipers are there. A few Broodlords more, but it's just 4. I like that he's only going 4 Broodlords, and it's actually going to be more of just a ground army. He's still using Biles pretty well. I think a bunch of Changelings just got clicked on there. Now, guys, there has been a new strategy from Rogue that he's been doing, where in late game, what you do is you make 45 Overseers, and you spam drop Changelings to click them in for vision, and it's hard to click on all of them for Terran. This is one of the least efficient late game strategies of all time that people have been asking me, is it good? It is so bad in the long term. If the game goes long enough and you run out of resources, but it is a funny way to stress out your opponent. Oh, nice Ling run by dude. 20 workers. Massive damage. The Ghosts and the Marines will eventually clean that up, though. The problem for BYUN is a lot of his army is very slow. This is you get very geriatric as a Terran in the late game, guys. So you're like, Thor's pretty slow. Tanks, completely immobile, right? They have to just siege and sit there. Okay, well, what else can you do? Well, you got Ghosts. They need to be actively microed, and they're not as fast as Stim by. Okay, cool. What about Vikings? Well, don't want to clump them up or they'll die to Parasitic Bomb and Fungal. There's a lot of things to worry about. Now, obviously, for the Zerg, it's, hey, these Ghosts can chip at me. If we're standing across from each other, the Ghosts are going to snipe me. The Thors are going to beat the Broodlords. You know, the Terran units are a little bit better on paper, but the Zerg positioning, the Zerg mobility, breaking that tank line, my friend. No, he's just going to leave that tank. Okay, does take it down finally. Tank on the bottom finally goes down as well. That was a lot of tanks going down. Now, 3 tanks will get rebuilt because right now BYUN has no tanks. He is starting to build Liberators for the first time in this game as well, but units lost tab not looking that positive for the Terran, who has a backup planetary, by the way, which I kind of like. He needs another one of those on this middle ground base. Banelings find a command center kill. It's another 100 minerals of value as BYUN does quickly cancel it. Ling's finding so much value in the natural. SCV count's getting hammered, man. How many drones died this game? 14. 41 SCVs have gone down. He did indeed build a planetary over here after that Ling run by did big damage before. Got to get rid of this creep spread. Dark's creep's really nice. Dark is on 7 Broodlords. He's got a lot of Banes. Fungals. Fungal, ladies and gentlemen. But he's got to watch out. Does Dark. He gets himself 1 Ghost. Spinecrawler almost gets another one. If you get a good volley off, that'd be good. 2 Broodlords go down instantaneously. The Fungals are nice, though. The Ravagers can take down the Thors. Nice hot pickups. He saves 3 of the Thors. 4th one's still out in the open. A bunch of Broodlords did go down. Infested guy dies to a planetary fortress in the very bottom of our screen. Biles taking out one of the Liberators. That was 12 corrosive Biles for 1 Liberator. My man, Dark and Overkill. Name a more iconic duo. Overall, though, units lost tab is still pretty close. If you can mine these 2 middle bases, this massively favors you as Dark. So right now, momentum is going his way. He's got bank to lean into, and he's mining more than his opponent, so he can keep doing this. But Thor, Hellbat, Ghost Push, going to try and break the Spine Crawlers. I mean, those Hellbats are going to get dealt with pretty quickly by the Spine Brood. It also allows the Broodlings to come out. Ravagers, hello! Ravagers aren't going to land any Biles on the Thors themselves, but they do force them to pick up. Going to try and take out the tank. Bile will take out one of the Thors, but a few snipes do deal with the Ravagers. Now keep in mind, guys, the Ravager count's down to just 5, which is a much more reasonable number. 12 was wasting way too much supply. BYUN denies the base in the south at the same time. If you can deny this northern base, that'll be good. Thor dies to another set of corrosive Biles. Corruptors coming forward. Snipes trying to land. Broodlords are falling. There's not many fighting units here. Corruptors take out one Medevac. Fungal does catch that Thor. That Thor should go down, but oh, Medevac with a Thor inside just died. Nice catch there for Dark. Bottom hatchery will go down as well. I don't think Dark cares too much. Dark's rebuilding 11 Ultras. He needs Banelings with that as well. Pure Ultra's kind of a crazy man's army composition, but Dark is nothing but insane. Lots of minerals still there to be mined for BYUN. Ultras coming out on all sides. Ultras, ooh, they do have 3/3 kindness plating, anabolic synthesis, but the ghosts are actually landing snipes. Dude, BYUN is taking a ridiculously good fight. Oh, the corrosive bile almost manages to take out the Medevacs. Can he get it? Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Medevac is not as fast as the Viper. Oh, good split, though. But look at that. He unloads. Dude, the fact that he landed so many snipes with the Ultras nearby was crazy micro from BYUN. I think BYUN just won the game with that fight. He just killed like 6 Ultras. 5 Ultras! And a ton of other units went down. But wait, there's an Ultra in the mineral line? No, that one goes down as well. BYUN doesn't care about losing workers. Man has 1 million orbitals. Actually, he's only got how many? He's got 2 command centers he hasn't upgraded. Where is his orbital count? I'm blind. Am I blind, guys, or does it not show up? Is his structures list too big to the point where it doesn't show up? Or am I crazy? Right? Dude, he's built too many different types of structures to the point where it doesn't show up. He's maxed out the production tab, the structures tab. I don't know if I've ever seen this before. That's hilarious. I didn't know that could happen. Yeah. Twitch chat saying too big. Oh, I have that problem all the time. Yes, absolutely. That's what all the ladies tell you, I'm sure. The imaginary hologram ladies. Liberator siege tank defending, but the Lings get past, get into that worker line. Dark's out of money though, man. Losing those 2 hatcheries that were mining in the middle was big. Would have been really nice if he mined those out earlier in this game. Then again, BYUN taking big damage as well. Oh man, you really need Banelings against Ghosts. Like fights like that where he lost so many Ultras are actually so costly. Now, let's go quickly check the command centers. He finally made the extra orbitals, guys. So we're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 orbitals. 8 orbitals. Yeah, he can drop a lot of mules. And even if Dark mines this top base, BYUN's trading well enough. As long as he gets to mine most of this base eventually down here in the bottom, I think he's okay with it. He doesn't want to lose this planetary in the top, though, because then his production's wide open. That's why things get a bit awkward in these scenarios. Now, it's Ultra Infestor Corruptor. So he's actually going to focus on Mass Infestor as Dark. So Dark is going to try and Bigger Brother BYUN. Now, you guys know when you fight your dad or your bigger brother as a kid, and they basically just, like, put their palm on your forehead, and you're swinging and you can't reach them because your arms are too short. And then maybe if they're really mean, they hold you down with one hand, and then they grab your arm, and they start slapping you in the face with your own arm, and they go, "Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself?" That's essentially what Dark is going to do as his comeback strategy in this game. Since he's low on money, he wants to kind of catch him out, neural all the Thors, the tanks, the libs, turn them on each other, and just win the game that way. He's on 15 infestors. He's making 5 more. Now, he kind of needs to wait for BYUN to be impatient to pull this off. And BYUN has way more money to rely on. So this is a very desperate ploy from Dark. Not only that, but... Oh, Infestor's just got... Oh! Sorry, guys! Sorry, I didn't see it. I didn't realize he was going for it right then. Look at this. He didn't want to lose this base, so he just did this. This scan is so sick. Look at this scan, guys. So those units go in, they don't find anything. Look at this scan. Oh, maybe it's the missile turret sees it first? Oh, the missile turret. Oh, these tank shots just annihilate. He's like, there goes my surprise. GG. All right, guys, here we go. Dark in the bottom left side going for gas pool. Are we doing one base Bane, one base Ravager all in? What are you doing, Dark? But BYUN's famous for not scouting, right? So I think he's hoping to get a cheeky victory here now. I mean, this is a wild build. Now, everyone was saying, oh, you know, ghosts get a critical mass and broods are done. It's the Thors that are actually really big because Thors have, when they swap to single fire, they have 11 range, whereas the Broodlord has, I believe it's 10. And they just do, and they automatically target the Broodlords. They do so much damage to them. So it's the Thors that kind of wreck them. So I do think if Dark rushed Broods, he could have done it. Oh, we're just going to... Oh, he's going to expand behind this. Okay, so he's going to do pulling off gas. It's a Ling speed flood. He's going to try to run around, get in, kill the command center, kill a bunch of stuff, potentially surround the Reaper as well. Probably won't get up the ramp, but maybe he does and just kills a ton of workers. And behind this, Hatchery does come up. So there is a transition. Man, BYUN won't have played against this for a long time. Cheeky, like 13-12 Speedling expand? Was this 13-12? I feel like this was 13 gas 12 pool. Damn, man. Yeah. Remember, Thors are really weak to Blinding Cloud, and Thors are really weak to Neuroparasite, though. So that's why that can be really good. But the fungal interrupting Ghost Snipe is why Ghosts don't counter Broodlords. So Reaper's 3/4 of the way across the map, already attacking the SCV. Oh, a little slow to attack the command center. He gets the cancel. BYUN's like, okay, I'll just rebuild it up here, dude. I don't really care that much. Reaper continues across the map, which is actually really good because he can click on the gas. You should see a red circle on the extractor. Okay, BYUN doesn't actually confirm. He just takes for granted that because there's no workers on the gas that he only mined 100 gas. That's a little lazy. Technically, if Dark saw you coming in, he could have pulled the workers off just then to make it look like he wasn't mining gas just before you went to the base. But it's good enough. The Ling's waiting to ambush the Reaper. That's really cute. Reaper's going to just dance around, goes back for a scout. Let's see if he clicks on the gas this time. Red circle? Nope, just goes in, sees no one mining and says, yeah, that's good enough. Ling's trying to trap this Reaper. Reaper's being a big old nuisance. Now, this was a massive commitment for Dark. This should put Dark miles behind, guys. This opening, there's a reason we don't see this particular opening. It's because it does nothing. If he went for a Baneling bust, I feel like he might have just straight up won the game or something. But as it is, it's like you're down 6 workers. Your third base hasn't even started. Terran, yeah, he's on 1 base, but like, it just doesn't feel like you've achieved anything. Does that make sense? You got a cancelled command center, which is 100 minerals, and a Reaper, which is 50 minerals, 50 gas. You didn't even get the SCV that was building the command center, which BYUN's hiding there, and he'll bring it back later once he's got Hellions out to escort it home. He's got Banshees as well. Yeah, I don't know, man. Dark's opening seems kind of garbage, but it seemed garbage last game, and he still got to a position where he could have won that. I definitely think committing to Broodlords as quickly as possible could have been big. What is Ghost Snipe range? I think it's 9 or 10. Probably 10, because Lurkers can hit Ghosts when they're getting sniped by them, and Lurkers have 10 range, so I would imagine it's 10. I love when Pig accidentally points out that pros are being lazy. I mean, we're all lazy. There's infinite details you can do as a player in StarCraft, right? You've only got so much bandwidth, but sometimes there's just little things you're like, oh, there's no reason not to fix that. There's no reason not to fix that, but you know, there's only so many things you can perfect, right? The very, very best. Oh, look at the way he's just waiting with these Zerglings. He's pulling back this. Oh, dude, this is beautiful. This beautiful surround. He's looking for the surround. Ah, and he ends up backing out. BYUN's too cautious. BYUN was just too cautious. And by the way, that builder SCV gets home. He was trying to set up like a surround, so the moment the Hellions came out, the Lings would wrap in from every side and not take splash damage, but doesn't end up getting it. Dark droning up, making a melee? What is this build? Are we watching Dark or are we watching the Vietnamese cheese god Mio Micah? Oh, yeah, there's a bug on this map, guys. So there's a bug. They didn't host the ESL version of the map. The ESL version doesn't have this. And that's why you host the ESL version of the map. Dark. You cheeky bugger. Oh my god, that's so funny. 3 barracks, double engineering bay. He's got 2 banshees, but no cloak on them, so it's just a cloakless banshee. Lings are ready to do a run by on the 3rd, which is nice. Dark's macro was really slipping during all this, guys. He was floating 700 minerals for a little bit. He's getting on top of it now, but definitely not an optimal position to be in for him. Equal workers with the Terran at 6 minutes. This is a disaster. If he beats BYUN after these openings, then I think BYUN is washed. I really should get my Google Translate open when these guys are playing. They chatter so much. Hatchery does get cancelled. Nice. Oh, good ling run by. Can he get the flank though? Oh, good pullback. BYUN is so quick. So quick. 6 SCVs is good, but it's not the damage he was looking for, man. Melee is also not done, so it's not timing out with this. This is kind of what Dark did on the StarCraft Evo, StarCraft 1 vs StarCraft 2 mod vs Cure on Ghost River. Just a mass ling YOLO on the 3rd base. He ended up going too hard, committing way too hard, and just kind of not finding damage in the end, kind of throwing his army away. What's the bug on the map? There's a spot you can hold position a worker in the fog, and they can't see it without a flying unit. There's like, it's almost impossible to get vision of it. I think it has to be a pretty small unit though. Aliens rotating around, Ling's poking. Marine's coming down the right side. I don't know what you do from here as Dark. I mean, you've just started the macro rush. Your main base isn't even saturated. He doesn't really have any full worker lines just yet. 51 worker Zerg. I mean, this just looks haphazard. It looks desperate. It doesn't look like Dark's really putting himself in a position to have a chance to win, but I mean, what can he do from here? Once you're this far behind the ball, your Ling Floods haven't worked. BYUN's just played so carefully. I think we just have to put it down to the fact that BYUN came in, Dark came in wanting to surprise him, catch him off guard with some cheeky BS. And BYUN, after the early game, kind of clued onto it. He's like, you're playing crazy today. You're gonna try and cheese me. You're gonna try and catch me out with some sneaky BS. And I'm just gonna make sure I'm ready for it. And he's done that so well. Banshee's almost dead. We're gonna go for the queen, really? Oh, that's a crazy... What the hell, BYUN? BYUN just sacrifices his banshees for a single queen. A crazy move. Marine Hellbat deep on creep. And he's only now making banelings. Dark does not have baneling speed. 18 banelings on the way. Marine Hellbat, there's no answer to this. Not with just queens and zerglings. You need those banelings. Massling counterattack will go in. But look, he's got a big ball of marines and tanks there. Dark can't find anything, and Dark just getting minced by BYUN in game 2. Not able to find anything. GG, well played. BYUN takes it 2-0.